on the other hand, it's the crude worry market. Let's take it straight across to an expert to understand how to really play this market. Mayuresh Joshi, who's the head of research, MarketSmith India, joins in. Mayuresh, always a pleasure to welcome you on NDTV Profit. Your first reactions to the kind of concern we are seeing in the market, a lot of it really led by the Middle Eastern crisis and its impact.
Absolutely, Nisha. No, absolutely. I think with crude prices, which is showing an upward elevated move, along with the depreciation that you've probably seen in the rupee, I think that is a cause of concern, not just for India, but for most emerging and global economies as well. And therefore, I think a resolution is something that the world is probably paying heed to at this juncture. Looking at Trump's tweets, I think it does not seem to be that way. And therefore, I think the markets have become jittery. Because if prices remain elevated at these levels, obviously I think there is an impact both from a macro fiscal perspective, which will then start seeping in terms of second order effects, ultimately hitting corporate earnings and retail pockets as well. So I think that is where the concern is emanating from.
Right. You mentioned that in two areas it will be impacted. One is the retail side. So probably consumption is going to get impacted, even though Hindustan Unilever and some of the other results show good momentum so far. What are you picking up in terms of the inflation that will be caused by crude and other supply chain constraints, which could really impact this particular space?
Nisha, I think the first order effects will be obvious if this elongates and continues. Obviously, I think with crude and crude derivative prices remaining higher, for FMCG companies, I think packaging costs definitely go higher. At the same time, logistic and freight costs also start moving higher. Now, we all know it's a demand-supply dynamic scenario as far as FMCG companies are concerned. And with the cost increases coming through, how much will they pass that through on an immediate basis, and how much of an impact does that have on demand is something to be watched out for. The other worrying factor is that the expectations are that monsoons might be below par this time round. And if they stay, or the analysis and the forecasts turn out to be actually true over the next few months, in terms of monsoons below the LPA forecast, what really happens in terms of demand dynamics, specifically in tier 2, tier 3 cities, is something that one really needs to comprehend at this juncture. And therefore, I think Q4 numbers more or less in line with estimates, better in some cases as well. But as we head into the first half of the next fiscal year, I think these are a few challenges that FMCG companies might actually be seeing as posing for themselves.
So this particular quarter didn't see much of an impact, Mayuresh, of the concerns really seeping into the inflation as well as raw material concerns. But for the next quarter, and also considering that monsoons will be below the normal levels as has been anticipated and announced, putting both these together, how do you estimate the trajectory of the market and how much downward trajectory could be baked in going forward?
So to a large extent, I think if these perspectives play out, Nisha, I think the expectation in terms of what we began at the beginning of the calendar year in terms of
750 rupees में business manage हो सकता है क्या?
Base case scenario starts getting built in for a 10 to 12% earnings growth. With the kind of moves that we've probably seen in terms of the overall headline number as far as the market is concerned over the past few weeks, I think a large part of the gestation has already happened in terms of some respite happening as far as the Middle Eastern crisis is concerned, and some element of resolution expected to come through. However, if it elongates and if earnings probably take a downward trajectory at 10-12%, I think certain sectors might get hit more, which are probably dependent a lot more in terms of supply chains, crude derivatives. And therefore, one really needs to understand the perspective that if earnings are headed downwards, the forward multiples for the market will also probably head downwards on an FY27 exit. So I think a large part of the moves have probably happened for the headline number as we speak. But here onwards, I think it will be more sector and stock specific moves that I probably foresee.
All right, more sector and stock specific moves when it comes to the impact of the global uncertainty and the supply pressures. Thank you so much, Mayuresh. Always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you.